This is perfect.
This is going to be unscripted.
Okay.
We immediately started this campaign led by Mr. Robert Waters. He has written emails, declined or denied our application, or strongly recommended that they not grant us our permits. I was given no due process. How much is enough? I was given no warnings. How much is enough? I was given no opportunity to correct. How much is enough? I was given no due process. We have been sitting here for the past 7 months attempting to open this business legitimately, but the officials who are in charge of the process have not been abiding by the process. My name is Tracy Riley. I am a 42-year-old mother of 2. I was raised in a small town north of Meridian called Collinsville, Mississippi. I was a teenage mother at the age of 16 in Collinsville. I graduated with honors from high school at West Lauderdale High. Due to the support of my mother and my family, I was afforded the opportunity to attend Dillard University in New Orleans, where I graduated with a bachelor's degree in business management, a minor in marketing, and I also was a ROTC cadet. Upon graduation, I was entered into the United States Army Reserve as a commissioned officer at the rank of second lieutenant. I have enjoyed a life as both a civilian and a military member for the past 24 years. I'm currently the rank of major, and due to the physical demands on my body, I have unfortunately injured myself to the point where I've had to leave the military for those injuries, and so I have literally hung up my uniform to enter the civilian sector wholeheartedly. And I'm very happy to have given my time and my service and sacrifice to this great country of ours. The business plan for the Rouge House is to be that location where young artists can come in from off the streets and receive the professional development they need to really hone in on their crafts and to develop themselves as a marketable product so that they can earn a living as they pursue their real passion. We are in the heart of New Orleans, and everybody knows that this is the place for wonderful music, wonderful art, dining, etc. And I believe that we literally step over the next Michael Jackson, the next Aretha Franklin, the next Elvis Presley out there in those streets.
Right.
But for a hand to offer and allow them an opportunity to show what they have, but for a facility to get them in off of the streets, we may never know who they are or where they are.
Right.
And so the plans for the Rouge House, again, is to be that house for them. We have plans. This is a 3-story facility. The first and second floors are dedicated to performances.
Okay.
The third floor plans are to remodel that area and turn it into a recording studio. And then my daughter, with the Ghost of Elysian Films production company, will also be housed in this facility.
Okay.
for some reason, the commissioner, Mr. Troy Hebert, he allowed those individuals to appear before a hearing and speak against our operating our business. And in that hearing, people stood up. One person stood up and said that they don't want certain crowds that our patrons or our business might bring. And so it was very much in my...
And you're like rather almost directly across the street from the House of Blues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same type of crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that crowd is a little bit more on the wild side compared to what you would attract according to your business plan.
There is reason for us to believe that it is racially motivated. It is corrupt. I have emails from local persons in the community citing a variety of allegations that have not been vetted, yet our local councilwoman's office, Miss Kristen Palmer, and her legal aide, Miss Nicole Weber, used these individuals' allegations and sent out an email to the various department managers who control in some way our occupational licenses and our local ABO permits, and told those individuals not to, or strongly recommended that they not grant us our permits because of complaints, none of which were brought to me as a business owner. We were never ticketed by anyone, and so yet the local councilwoman allowed these allegations to stand as their reasons to not provide us any due process or any of the licenses, and they took it a step further and sent an email to the other departments telling them not to grant us our permits and licenses. And it appears to me a corrupt system that someone would allow a call from off the street to block another person or to interrupt another person's business activity. James Byrd was an African American drugged behind the truck and killed for the color of his skin. The residents, the local businesses, and the local politicians learned that we were opened, that we were here. They immediately started this campaign to contact local officials to prevent us from legally opening our doors and operating as a legitimate business. They've called us nigger in the street. They have stood before the Louisiana Alcohol, Tobacco, and Control Commissioner.
And when you say they, who are they?
A group of local opposition led by Mr. Robert Waters of the Louisiana French Quarter Management District. On the day of the hearing, one of the opposers, led by Mr. Robert Waters, confessed to us that he opposed of our being granted an alcohol permit in exchange for money and favor. Took one of my employees for a ride and just let it all out. My employee, I had him to write a statement of everything he said, and my employee plus 3 other folks were there when he came and confessed. And at the end of it, he said, "Tell Tracy, I'm sorry, I'll take care of her. I'm going to call the commissioner and I'll fix this." He didn't fix it, but that's what he said the night before. Wow. I haven't heard from him since.
Wow.
Obama provided us with the tool that we need to overcome our current predicament. It is the 2009 Hate Crimes Act, 18 U.S.C. 249, which makes it illegal for one person or any person to harm another person physically or interfere with that person's business activity. I was told in writing that based on the allegations received from these at least anonymous sources to me, that I had broken several violations, and that I was not to contact the councilwoman's office for future permits. It was very hurtful, first off, because I was not given an opportunity to defend those allegations. And secondly, Ms. Nicole Weber went further to chastise me by saying that they were giving me an opportunity to show myself as a responsible business owner. I took particular offense to that because I am a 24-year professional military officer and a 24-year professional. And to be accused of behaving irresponsibly, is an absolute insult, because in my 24 years of business, I have never been accused of doing anything outside of what is prescribed, anything outside of regulation, and certainly anything outside of the law. But the final insult was I was instructed by Ms. Nicole Weber, who is, again, the legal aid to the elected councilwoman, that I am not to contact their office for future permits.
Which is not normal protocol.
This is a public office.
If there are violations, they check the violations, they give you a certain amount of days to correct those violations, and they come back through and they inspect.
I was given no due process. I was given no warnings. I was given no opportunity to correct any wrongdoing. I was given no due process. I go from operating to absolutely nothing. This building is being purchased by my husband, another 28-year veteran, who's currently a major as well. Our life savings. This building has a price tag of $6,060,000. It is a lease-to-own contract, sales agreement. I pay $25,000 a month, and at a point in time, we will put a sizable down payment, and then we will purchase the building. We are not backed by anyone else. We rely solely on the revenue that is generated from operating. That is all. And without the ability to operate, not only will I lose the business, but I will lose our savings and potentially our home. And merely surviving as we have been for the past 7 months has depleted all of our savings. It has strained the relationships that I have with my investors. It has strained the relationship that I have with my creditors, not just local vendors, but our household bills. I am currently 3 months in arrears on my mortgage, and the discussion of foreclosure is now on the table. If I had been allowed to operate just as everyone else along this street to conduct my business without interruptions from local persons and groups, then my husband and I would have the ability to actually perform the operations of this business and honor our contract with the landlords and honor the contracts that we have with various creditors. But because of the hateful and mean-spirited actions of persons interested in my business or my location, or are interested because of the color of my skin, or perhaps because I am a former veteran, I am now faced with absolute financial ruin.
So complaints were filed before you even opened for business?
We received a special permit to open our doors for the Essence Festival 2013, and that was just a 3 or 4 day permit, and so we opened our doors during that weekend, and we have received harassment ever since. We have not fully been operational since then because of the absence of the alcohol permit. We are in the middle of the French Quarter. People come here from around the world to enjoy themselves, and part of that enjoyment is consumption of alcohol.
Yes.
And so we are not fully able to meet the demands of the market without that particular permit.
Right.
And so to that extent, we are not open, we're not operational. So no, except for the first weekend of July for the Essence Festival. Ms. Weber initially approved or assisted in the approval of our special event permit. But unfortunately, weeks later, she encouraged the departments to deny my permit on the reports that the House of Blues, residents and local businesses complained of our being in business. So how much is enough? Tourists come to the New Orleans French Quarter to enjoy African American culture. They come from around the world for our food, our dance, our music, yet we are not allowed to own ourselves through business. I came to the local officials, to my local government, and I went to the state officials, not asking for favors, not asking for anything beyond what the law provides. And at each step of the way, I have found that the policies have been broken for me. This, in my view, is an abuse of power on the part of the local and state officials. Much like what we're seeing in New Jersey with Governor Christie, this is very similar, where local officials are making decisions based off of things other than what the law provides. And I hope that the people of Louisiana will stand up and say no more, as we have lived for many years under this type of tyranny and fear of retaliation. Join me in saying no more. Why do I do this? I do this for the sake of our children and their children. It is my hope that this story is shared nationally, if for no other reason than to start the conversation and to talk about not only that this is a bad thing, it is an immoral thing, but there is a tool, there is a solution that our president has given us. If we talk about this and talk about the solution, 18 USC 249, and share that with 10 of our friends and 10 of their friends, then we will spread the word that we no longer have to be suppressed and oppressed by the hatred of racism and discrimination due to our sexuality, due to our disability, due to our race, due to our gender, etc. We no longer have to live with hate in this way. USC 249, for the sake of us today, for the sake of our children, and for the sake of their children. I am sure that there are others of you out there who are experiencing similar issues. I open myself, the Rouge House, and my story to you. Please contact me at Tracy, Tracy, .Riley, Riley, 119@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you, and I thank you for your time. All of the information I'm providing is documented either on emails, letters, recorded conversations, and written testimony. To contact me, Tracy Riley, owner of the Rouge House, the number is 504-232-6604.
This is more of a we don't want you in our neighborhood type of thing.